Good morning, good morning, good morning. Just want to wait till that bass groove dropped, right? Good morning, happy Friday, everybody. Down here in the Tri-State Traffic Show Traffic Center. Let me just adjust the microphone a little bit better for us. There we go. Okay. It's not, we're not having an earthquake. Cameras mounted on a, well, one of these days I'll get a behind the scenes photo and put that up. But anyway, good morning, everybody. Tri-State Traffic Show for this November the 4th. Can you believe it's already less now than 3 weeks to Thanksgiving? Unreal. We welcome you to the big broadcast for Friday. We'll be on until 8:30 this morning, and then we'll continue our conversation about traffic on New Jersey, literally on New Jersey. That is the website and YouTube channel for the New Jersey Morning Show. We'll be joining Kara, Christina, and meteorologist Mike Favetta. They're in the Weather Center for another conversation about our warm forecast. Little programming note that the Weather Watchers are off today, so we are not going to be able to connect with them there in the Weather Center. So you've got me to kind of fill in the gaps here. So I'll do my best to give you my idea of the forecast. We'll get that from the National Weather Service coming up at 7:15 and 7:45, 8:15 and 8:30. Again, another programming note, we are not going to be on Monday and Tuesday. We'll be rejoining you on Wednesday morning. So just a little programming note there. You know, I know Monday and Tuesday are probably the busiest of the entire work week, but at least for right now, let me just get through the next couple weeks. Let me see how the workflow goes with the news updates, and we'll see. Maybe we can do some kind of an on the road type situation. I did get another phone, so I have to see if the cradle, the mount that I have will work with my phones. It's a little bit larger than the old phone. So we shall see what we can do to go ahead and put together an on the road in some capacity. All right. So we thank you so much for watching. This half hour is sponsored by Let's see what I want to do. Do I want to put 2 in or all 4? I know we'll do all 4. We'll do all 4. I didn't really get a chance to do a full sponsorship yesterday because it was so busy. So we will take care of that today. Light on show without our friends at the Weather Watchers here this morning. So that title is in. Comment section is now open. Alexandra says, good morning. Good morning to you, my friend. Always good to see you. And Connor says, good morning there from Middlesex County. Nice to see you as well. So thanks a lot for dialing us in here on a Friday morning. Let me just share the screen because we do have some issues to talk to you about here. That way we'll leave it like that for right this second. Let's just try that, see how that looks. So yeah, I like the full screen better at times just because it's easier to read and I can move the microphone. When I move the microphone, you can't see my face. So see, that's a good thing. All right, so we've got some issues here on the belt. We got a couple of accidents here now. We have the westbound belt is shut at Coney Island Avenue in Brooklyn. Also, there's another crash. 2 lanes are shut down here out at the Queens line coming west, the Brooklyn Queens line near Erskine Street in that area. There's also a broken down vehicle on the ramp to Liberty Avenue on the Van Wyck, and a disabled bus on the Ed Koch Queens Monroe Bridge lower Queens side. That's going into, it's inbound lower on the Queens side. A lane is down. So first, let's go to the belt mess. Again, it's closed right in here at Ocean Parkway, Coney Island Avenue. Then the other crash is here, probably about 158th Street, and we know we have cameras there, so that's back through the airport. So let's go to the cameras this morning. Dial that in. Actually, speaking of the weather, I have 44 degrees here in the studio, and it's a little humid, slightly humid. slightly humid out there. So there is some fog to contend with. We'll try to dial in some cameras with that, see if we can see anything. So this is the camera at Ocean Parkway. And it must not be closed because this is westbound traffic that's moving away. I would think that there's got to be a lane open. If I had to say that maybe the left lane is what's shut, you're starting to see vehicles kind of coming back into the left lane. If they were to move that camera to the other side, you would be able to get a better grasp on the severity of what we're dealing with. So let's go to, oh, look at all that fog there at Flatbush. Oof, that's ugly. Along with the lane closures. I do not believe that it's fully closed because that camera at Ocean Parkway, unless, well, let's not, hold on. Let me see. Because I think there may be an entrance. Camera is right here. Yeah, no, okay, we'll still go with it closed then. I thought the accent was closer here to Ocean Parkway. It's further to the east of that because you can come off of this little Guider Avenue. That's right, there's a flyover ramp that'll put you back on the belt. So that's where some of this traffic in the service road here as well. So, yeah. So it's a little bit east of that. That's where it's still shut. So that was my error. E1. Not many times you can get an error on the picture, but as you're speaking of that, Phillies lost a tough one there. So it's tied up 2-2. So this is at Erskine. Really see that visibility is super, super poor. That's westbound here, 158. Getting into Erskine is heavy again with that crash still being cleared, as they say. We still haven't even hit sunrise yet. Hence the reason for the time change this weekend, right? Staten Island looks like they're always good for some. No, it's actually clear as far as the visibility. Visibility at the Verrazano surprisingly is good. And this place is going to be an absolute mayhem. Absolute mayhem this weekend with the marathon. Weather being so nice and mass chaos. All right, so we know our two. No, let's go to the Ed Koch. Herbert von King Park. Herbert von King was. Von King. This outer roadway at the Ed Koch is the most wild ride you've ever had in a road. It's crazy. That little tiny railing is the only thing saving you from going into the East River. The lower on the, but they said it was on the Queen side. Down there, it's tough. Stiff shot. Huh. I don't see anything there. All right, so let's go back to New Jersey because Connor just said he is currently stuck on Route 18 at the Turnpike. But we've got 287 north of exit 22, 2022 lanes shut. 47, Park Avenue, Vineland, all lanes closed. Equipment malfunction. Kind of a drawbridge of some type. Huh. Well, it is lighter than normal because of the weather and the marathon, and it's a Friday. So you have a little bit of that to comprehend. Let's see here now. Here at the Turnpike, looks like maybe it's starting to ease off for you, Connor, because I don't really see anything here other than Edgeboro. But we're gonna dial in this 287 accident north of 78. So that's definitely getting worse before it gets better. See if we can bring that into the conversation. I think Mount Airy is too far up the line, but camera doesn't even work. Why would it? Come on. Go again with these cameras. All right. So north on 287 is crowded there at 78 with that crash. But other than that, we're in great shape here on 80. 287 Parkway, a little heavy through Bloomfield, but that's about it. Look at this turnpike is wide open. Parkway through Union County, 24, Route 80, 46, 78. Everything is good there. So again, we are looking at what was I going to say? We are looking at much lighter than normal, it's the lightest that it's been all week. And again, a lot of it has to do with the weekend, Friday, work from home, weather being almost 70 degrees tomorrow, today, 55, 42 busy, but the rest of the shore areas, I would be surprised. You wouldn't be surprised that Atlantic City, Wildwood, Avalon, Seattle City is all going to be like really busy. Point Pleasant, Long Branch, Asbury Park. Expect to see lots more of your friends. We're going to combine weather here in the traffic space. I just want to go out and take a look at some of the cameras, see what the fog situation is. Oh, here in Hunterdon County, it doesn't look too bad. Slightly foggy here in the Springfield Union area. 24. Looks like in Newark, this is out at Clinton Avenue. Visibility is fine there. Diamond Hill through the reservation. Fine. Go to 80 now. Looks like at Warren County at 94. Visibility is good. Warren Street. Okay. Route 15. Nope, no fog there. Here at 287. Work. What else is new? Go through Patterson at Madison Avenue. Visibility is fine. Not seeing too much in the way of any massive difficulties. Let's see here. Go down 35. Let's just see what it looks like in Point Pleasant Beach. Well, it's a little slightly foggy there. 35 at 36, I imagine maybe a little foggy here, kind of a shrouding of clouds. Route 9. See what it looks like at Adelphia Road here in Freehold. Yeah, a lot of fog there. Ryan Road. Socked in with some fog. Perrine Road here in Old Bridge. Sayreville. Ernston Road. Actually, doesn't look terrible. Let's dial in. Be dialing. Let's dial up those Parkway cameras. Let's take a gander to see what we've got here. Stone Harbor looks like. Fine. Cape May tolls. Slightly foggy, and you can see that slight fog here as you come in through Brick at a Tom's River by the reservoir. Really depends on where you are. And actually, let's go to Annaland here at the Art Center. Well, there's the fog there. Can't even see the Art Center. So, yeah, a little bit of a foggy start there at 116. Whole Plaza is a 105, 109 is good. 20, 25. Let's see, it's up by 120, 125 here. Driscoll Bridge seems to be okay with the fog. A foot off gas. This is in East Orange. There's a Nutley. Or really, yeah, Nutley, Belleville. Probably more like Belleville. Belleville, like other people say Belleville. It's all put into one word. There's no Belleville. It's not two syllables. It's Belleville. This is at 148. A little bit busy. All right, so let's go to the National Weather Service. We'll take a look at some of the temperatures around the area. Monticello coming in at 39. Central Park at 53. Stewart at 41. Orange County at 35. Go to Newark at 49. A few clouds. Fog at Gabreski. Fog mists in the mid to upper 40s. Fog and mist at Kennedy, as you saw it there along the belt. Shallow fog at Teterboro and 45. Fair skies at 37 in Somerville. So it's no matter what, no matter what we're talking about as far as, warmer weather for the afternoon. Got to start off the day at 7. You got to start off the day in the morning, and it's definitely a chilly start. Hoodie, a fleece, that type of apparatus. 47 degrees in fair skies. Bridgeport. And let's dial in Cape May. Let's see what's happening. Wildwood at 50. Atlantic City at 45. Dover Air Force Base at 47. Millville at 46. Ocean City coming in at 57. Wow, there's a big disparity of temperatures. Wow. Huh. Okay. And let's see what Montauk is. Probably fairly consistent. I bet there's probably some fog out in the East End as well. Yep, 42, 44. And the blanket of fog is kind of keeping temperatures up a little bit in Montauk at 51. Block Island coming in at 57. 60 degrees at 721. Some places are in the 30s. Pretty big swing of temps today. Find your local weather. Weather on the 12s. See what the 7-day forecast for Central Park is going to bring us. That puts us right in the center. This is Winter Weather Awareness Week. Really? Not going to feel that way. Okay, so we got 53 in Central Park. Here is the extended forecast for Central Park. 68 for today. A low of only 60, 59 tonight, 72 for Saturday, 73 on Sunday. I definitely think there's going to be areas around the tri-state who will hit close to 80 on Sunday. I just think it's going to be that warm. Another golden sunshine day at 74 on Monday. And then we kind of come crashing down a little bit at 60, if you want to call it that, at 60 degrees on Tuesday. But in this here, you see mostly sunny. Of clouds over the weekend on Sunday, but it is just beautiful weather. It is like early September. Gorgeous. Get out and enjoy. Again, as I mentioned, maybe this weekend, put up those holiday lights, your holiday decorations. It's a lot easier to be screwing around with screwdrivers and electrical outlets when it's 78 degrees than when it's 28 degrees. You can't feel your fingers. So Um, so yeah, so that's a little bit of a look at our forecast here this morning. Connor says, let's see, it was probably near Edgeboro, but we good. However, Route 18 is expecting to start a huge project to fix all the issues around East Brunswick. Yeah, I've heard about that as well. That's another tough spot in the lineup of roadways that need to be fixed. So many in this area that it's just outgrown its useful life. Let's go to the bridges and tunnels now. Looking still at about 40 at the George, 20 at the Lincoln, and 25 to 30 at the Hollands. And nobody said that they could take the day off. Go back to the maps. Let's go back to Staten Island. Again, we've got the westbound belt shut here at just before Ocean Parkway. And it's traffic. This is going to run you about another half an hour here. East on the expressway across the island over the Verrazano is crowded. Inbound Gowanus, BQE combo. Pretty much the same drill as we've been seeing for weeks on end. Actually, the outbound side of the tunnel is heavier than inbound. Maybe some people are getting out of Dodge here, getting out of the ranch, or it gets swarmed with crowd seekers and onlookers for the marathon. Edcotch Queensboro Bridge, again, I think it's on the approach here, that broken down bus. That's going to run you about 10, 15 minutes maybe. BQE north into the Grand Central is heavy. Southbound on the FDR Drive, we are crowded as you come out to, I'd say the RFK Tri-Borough. Southbound on the west side is busy. On the elevated section of the Bruckner, getting out to, they've been doing some construction here, getting onto the Deegan. So this is all heavy through this stretch. We'll take a look at that camera in a minute. And then westbound on the Cross Bronx, heavy in the 3rd. Bronx River Parkway at the Bronx Zoo, Allerton Avenue, Pelham Parkway is heavy. The Deegan straight out of Yonkers is heavy. Still some congestion here on the Sawmill into the Henry Hudson, but really only crowds up just south of the bridge. North on the Bruckner is busy both ways, getting out to where it crosses the Hutch the first time. And Whitestone is worse than the Throgs Neck. Heavy on the Whitestone Expressway, getting out to the Grand Central. Westbound LIE is all jacked and tuned from Lakeville Road all the way to Queens Boulevard. Same thing on the westbound Grand Central. The Van Wyck is a mess. Both ways at Hillside. Both ways the Jackie Robinson is the mess as well. Out through Forest Park. Cross Island is busy straight from Sunrise Highway all the way up into Northern Boulevard. I mean, just a bacchanal of traffic here this morning. Let's go to the Long Island incidents now. Got cooking here. Again, you're watching the Tri-State Traffic Show, Facebook and YouTube. That's where we're at. Please post up a comment if you can. That would be great. Left shoulder out, westbound LIE 5150. Not Van Halen 5150, but it's not really causing that much of a backup. Just some pockets, sporadic delays along the southern state. But again, it's much lighter than what we saw even yesterday. LIE a little heavy here at the connector, and then the northern state people are kind of bailing out because of the heavy traffic on the LIE. But the rest of Suffolk County, we're fine. Hampton Bays, Southampton, Watermill, Bridgehampton going east is a mess. North Fork, that also is doing well. Let's populate Connecticut now. Let's see what we've got. Just Hartford and Rocky Hill, and the rest of it is delays. We'll go 26 down through 21, and then from 18 down through 10, and then from 9 on over to 6 is busy. Merritt Parkway is heavy into 46 through 44, all the way down to 41, and then from 40 on over to 35, 36. That area is heavy, but that's normal for this time of the morning. Go to lower Westchester, pretty good. Just some crowding on the Hutch into Weaver Street. That's about it. South of 287 is busy. Let's go to the incident list for the Hudson Valley over there. Sprain, overturned vehicle, southbound just past exit It for 301. 64 south of exit 9. We got a crash there. Conic north of Broadway is a crash. Debris on the roadway southbound on the thruway before 10. And the thruway north after 8. Another crash. I don't see any delays here on the thruway, though. I think that's gone. Here's that sprain issue all jacked up just before 100C yet again. Let's go to the cameras to see if there's anything up that way for us to look at. Thornwood. Let's see. Some heavy fog, but it's not really showing us the accident that's going south here this morning. Wow, look at that fog. That is stiff. Stiff shot. Yeah, I don't think these cameras, it's kind of like the no camera zone. Yeah, nothing there. Okay. But the spraying is awfully busy. Roads. Bedford Road. Hawthorne and Pleasantville. So that's going to run you about 15 minutes plus or more heading south. You know, if you can make your way to the Sawmill, I think would be a little bit easier for you. Let's go to the thruway now. Dial that in. Let's see what we've got here this morning. See anything there? Temporarily unavailable. Temporarily unavailable. See anything? It's heavy getting in that. So something's definitely happening here just before the base of the bridge. It's got us all tuned up back to the Palisades. It's right in here, so it's just must be on the shoulder or something. I'm not sure. It's a little tough to tell with those cameras. There's definitely something going on there before the base of the bridge. You know, Orange, Rockland counties, all good here this morning. 684 south of 84. Again, looks like we got some heavy traffic there. I think that there is a crash as well. Let's go up that locale. Birdies. You can see the fog. Foot off gas as Tim Tyrell will be filing papers to have an injunction to have me stop saying foot off gas. There is, I don't know why that says the PVMS, interchange 14A. I think this is wrong. I think this is 684 south of North Salem Road. I think they just have the verbiage wrong, so that's going south. So we see that there. Let's take a look up by the Beacon Bridge as we're losing viewers by the minute here. I don't know what's going on today. People will get dialed out. Visibility there is not terrible. Actually looks okay. Visibility wise. All right. So, you know what we do? Let's take a very quick break. Let's run down our sponsors here. Alexandra. Oh yeah, oh hi, Alexandra. Yep. And all of a sudden I lost my counter. It just kind of went, just dropped off, and I didn't know whether. Sometimes I think the counter here. Thanks. Um, Sometimes I think the counter here is not as accurate as it should be. It seems like I feel like it's showing me less that are viewing at the same time than really what I think it is, but I'm going with their numbers. But again, also it just I have a certain number, also it just drops completely, like splits it in half. And I wonder about the counter. That's the genesis for my comment. All of a sudden I just saw it just plummet. I was like, whoa, what happened? Where'd everybody go? All right, so let's go to sponsors. Let's do that. Crime for Vanilla Bean Creamery, 908-272-3000 is the phone number. 22 North Avenue West in Cranford, New Jersey, 908-272-3000, cranfordvanillabeincreamery.com. Head over and see my good friend Ralph. Hoping maybe I may be able to catch up with him this weekend. We shall see. So we just exchanged a couple of texts yesterday. He's doing well. Things are good at the shop. And we're hoping to just get together, catch up for a few minutes. Haven't seen Ralph, and I haven't really spoken to him since the summer, really. But he's doing well, and says hello to everybody. Party cake cookie dough is in full effect here with the fall flavors as well. I'm sure he's probably selling a ton of that pumpkin ice cream. That is one of my favorites. The pumpkin ice cream, Oreo pumpkin, the cinnamon crumb, the apple cider donuts. It is just unbelievable. I would imagine probably just as we get past Thanksgiving, probably the weekend after, that's when the holiday Christmas flavors will come into play. The peppermint bark and the eggnog chip. Oh, that's another gem too. Oof. Wow. But anyway, but this weekend, if he has any of the sorbet, I think that may sell pretty well, being into the mid 70s this weekend, feeling like early September, still feeling a little summery like. So that could be a nice, refreshing way to cleanse and cool the palate with some peach mango and lemon sorbet and blood orange sorbet. So delicious stuff. Let me show you some of the toppings here: peanut butter, marshmallow, the candied walnuts, and also the fruit there for your sundaes, and also for just any toppings as well. He makes these wonderful birthday cakes here or all occasion cakes, really small round from about 6 to 8 to 10 to 12 for a large round. And also the sheet cake is another big seller. The sheet cake coming in at the largest at 40 people. That thing must weigh about 20 pounds. I don't but wow, unbelievable. And then he has these wonderful ice cream sandwiches for you to drool over. And I'm actually getting hungry. I didn't have breakfast this morning. So there you go. That is the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. 908-272-3000 is the phone number. CranfordVanillaBeanCreamery.com. We thank our good buddy Ralph. And I'm going to put Ralph and Justin's picture up because I actually spoke to both of them yesterday. As I said to Ralph, I also spoke to Justin for about a half an hour or so yesterday. He's doing well. He was en route to Boston to get himself set up for his new job there at NBC 10 Boston, doing the weather on the weekends. So he's in full mode there, setting himself up for this wonderful opportunity for his career. Again, coming from, as I mentioned to him, it's amazing how far he's come in the last 20 years. I mean, you think a lot of people say, 20 years is a long time, but he was still in college, right out of Rutgers, the Weather Watcher group, then joined us out on Long Island as a freelance meteorologist, and then continued his journey for the News 12s and News 12 New Jersey, and then getting full time here, and then he was extra reporter for a little while, then went back to doing full time weather. Then he was filling in New York One, so he's had pretty good ride around the tri-state, so to say, and now he's moving up to the big time, right? So congratulations to Justin there. So we wish him all the luck, and hopefully maybe he'll be able to dive on, jump into the show here for every now and then. All right, so let's bring in Travels with Darley. Wonderful travel program on PBS Crane, Amazon Prime, Wonder Innovation TV's Journey. Dial her up on the old social media platforms. Wonderful social media, right? Times I wonder how social media, how social media is. But follow her on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Wonderful travel program. And again, the heart of her program is the local angle of everything, which is wonderful, because you get a chance to see what it's like to be in, what it's like to live in some of these destinations, the cities, on a full-time basis, and she definitely brings you that with at least a tour guide of some type, or just, again, a local that will, give her the best places to eat, drink. And she also gives a bit of a history lesson as well. So her great staff there puts together some amazing history facts and lots of interesting little history tidbits there that's thrown into the show. Does a lot of adventure, vacationing, kayaking, biking, hiking, horseback riding. So lots going on there with Travels at Darley. And again, it's about, simple 20 to 23 minutes, and just a wonderful program. It's beautifully shot with her photographers, and it's a small little staff that puts together the show in the 10th season. The 10th season will be dropping sometime early in January. As we say that, it seems like it's so far away, but it's not. It's only a couple months away into the winter months. So hopefully she has some warm weather destinations for when it starts to get to be 23 degrees around these parts, and there's frost and snow on the ground. And, we want to think about warmer weather, right? So check her program out. Please do so. Travels with Darley, Amazon Prime, Ovation TV's Journey, Wondrum, and also PBS Create are the places you can find Travels with Darley. And, if you get a chance, go on her Instagram page, Twitter page, post up a comment, just say hello, and tell her you saw it here on the Tri-State Traffic Show. All right, we're also sponsored by the Shaved Cave. The boys over at 1471 Raritan Road doing a hell of a job here, right on Raritan Road in Clark, New Jersey. That is going to be 908-325-6283. Give the Shaved Cave a call. As you see here, it's a modern barber shop with a classic feel to it. Actually, they remodeled this a little bit. This station here is on the one side, so there's more seating for customers. They've got the TVs. It's kind of the be helpful if you be able to see it. There we go. So there's the inside of the Shaved Cave. Again, 1471 Raritan Road in Clark, New Jersey, conveniently located off the Parkway at exits 135, 136. Either exit will do off the GSP here in southeastern Union County. Definitely give them a call, make an appointment, because they're busy all the time. Omar, Alex, and the rest of the boys there at the Shaved Cave. And again, kind of it's that old school barbershop feel. What happens in the barbershop stays in the barbershop. Talk a lot of sports, whole deal here. So they can put the games up on the TVs. Football, they got soccer coming up, especially with the World Cup. It's going to be just they're going to have parties here going into the weekend. So definitely, it's more than just a haircut; it's the experience. Doing a great job here in their second year. Shaved Cave, 908-325-6283. All right, so we thank Alex and the fellas there from the Shaved Cave for sponsoring the Tri-State Traffic Show. Let's go to Maxim Motors. My friend Nick out here and his father, Anthony, 973-620-9060. It's MaximMotorCarsLLC.com. 303 West Clinton Street, Unit C. That's really Route 15 out in Dover, New Jersey, conveniently located in between routes 80 and 46. I mean, conveniently located. It's literally, you can take either one, and they're almost right in the middle there on Route 15 for a quality, affordable used car. And again, not everyone can afford. I think I heard the other day that the average loan for a car now is over $40,000. That's insane. That is just absolute chaos. It's crazy, right? $40,000. So Nick and his father Anthony handpick all these vehicles. They're serviced by licensed mechanics. They get them detailed. Again, not gonna sugarcoat it. As you see the mileage here, a lot of these vehicles have some higher mileage, and some of these cars are 18, 20 years old, but not everyone can afford $40,000 or more on a new car. If you're looking for something just to get you from point A to point B, this looks like it's a new one here. This Chrysler 300M. Let's take a look at what that looks like. I just thought they had kind of a nice shape to them. Wow, that's a fairly clean engine there. It's like the way they looked. If it was a two-door coupe, I think it would have looked even better. And again, there's some people who like these cars with higher mileage, and if you're an auto mechanic, or you like to kind of mess around with automotives or whatever, and then if you can do a lot of the work yourself, save yourself a lot of money, right? Save yourself a lot of money. So yeah, there it is. There's this 2004 Chrysler 300M. That's the base model. Wow, I haven't seen one of those in a long, long time. Let's see what else he has to offer. He still has the Camry, Ford Focus, the Jeep Forester, the Ford Taurus. The Mustang is still up for grabs at 10.9. Sold the Volvo Jeep Renegade. So it looks like the newest to the fleet, to the lineup, is that 300M, Honda S2000 Roadster, Pontiac G8 base. Sold out the Volvos. The Volvos are going. Anyway, so if you're interested in a used vehicle, please call Nick or Anthony at 973-620-9060. Maxim Motor Cars, MaximMotorCarsLLC.com. West Clinton Street, that's Route 15, 303 there in Dover. Again, be located between routes 80 and Route 46, 973-620-9060. All right, so we're taking care of the sponsors for the last 10 minutes or so. So we'll just leave them up at the bottom here. So that was the full sponsorship for this morning's broadcast. Let's go back to our incident page here. Let's dial back in the comments. Whoa, what happened? Connor says, so many flavors. Now you're making me take the trip. Yes, Connor, definitely go see Ralph. Tell him you saw it here on the Tri-State Traffic Show. And it says, Buenos dias, happy Friday. Sorry, I missed the show yesterday. Heavy fog at Homedale. Just emailed you a picture. Okay, I'll take a look at that. And Connor says they should add more traffic cameras on Route 18 in East Brunswick. I agree. There are a few there. There's ones at Narracon Plaza. There's one at the Turnpike, one at Route 1. So it just depends on which day of the week and which way the wind is blowing. if they're planning to work, but there are some cameras. There's actually more than what there used to be. So let's see what New Jersey has to offer here again. Let me see if I can bring Anna's photo in. Let me take these pictures out. So many pictures here. They're just starting to overpopulate the system. One moment. Add a picture. Let's see here. Downloads. There it is. Open that one up. That up. Okay, Anna, we'll bring that picture in here in just a moment. We got a crashed Turnpike car lane southbound south of 8. Back to the maps now. Again, there's that crash in 684 south of 84. You know, it's lighter than normal. No question about that, ladies and gentlemen. So here's that crash on the turnpike. So let me bring in the turnpike cameras. I don't think that there's a camera there. Let's see here. This is north of 8. Wow, look at that. Wow, look at all that fog. Looks like Hoth. It's not going to show us any of the crash, but this is out at Route 18. You can see that blanket of fog there with the low clouds. The one at 10 just hasn't worked in gosh knows how long. Look at that at 7 for 195. Oof-ah, look at that. You can't even see anything. Oh, be careful. Careful, careful. Look out. Look out. Getting off south of exit 4. That's usually what it is, getting onto, I think it's 168 there. Delaware Memorial Bridge. A little foggy here this morning. Fog, fog, fog. Comments. Let's see here. Rob Garden. What's up, buddy? Good morning. Good morning, Rob. Morning, pal. Always good to see you. Well, we got to catch up one of these days. It's been so long, so many years. Oh, my gosh. Personally saw your Union Farmers got wiped out by Union City last weekend. Just got, I mean, it didn't even look like Union even showed up. I don't know what happened. I think they lost like 62-10 or something. But I was actually surprised the Farmers made it into the playoffs with only 2 wins this year. But again, it's a little bit of a shortened season there. But, you know, all the big players here in Union County are out. Elizabeth, Union. I don't know if Linden made the playoffs. Cranford's still around. We actually have a game tonight. Rob says not the same. Yeah, I agree with you. You know, that Union Elizabeth game on a Friday night, which would usually be like right around this time, you know, this first week in November. Right around this first week in November, that's when they would light that game up, you know, getting into the Thanksgiving game. And, you know, you'd have 5,000 people. 5,000 people or more at either venue. It was just nuts. Absolute bedlam. Says, yup. Yeah, you couldn't even move. It was mass chaos. Mass chaos. I don't know who won the Union Elizabeth game. To be honest with you. Actually, Elizabeth had the, you know, I mean, Union City from Union is maybe with no traffic a half an hour at best, but, you know, Elizabeth had to go all the way to Phillipsburg. That's an hour. And they got crushed, too, by the State Liners. Phillipsburg's got a good team this year. That's a great place to watch a football game right there. Oh, my gosh. I wonder if they still have the digress about high school football. Again, Cranford plays tonight. I'll be at that game. Went to that game back in the day. I think you may be right. Now you say that. Cranford plays West Essex, and I believe that is for the sectional crown. Well, you know what? Now we're talking about it right before in another 2 or 3 minutes. Let me just see what we can see here. And because I want to do the transit. Let's do transit. We'll do transit and Hudson's, and then we'll talk a little high school football because it's a big night for high school football. Northeast Corridor, 8:58 departure from Trenton is canceled. 6:36 departures, 20 minutes late. Let's bring in Path this morning. Path site is just awful. It just doesn't load up. General Square, 33rd, Hoboken 33rd, normal service resuming. PAPD resolving earlier incident involving a trespasser on the tracks near 23rd Street. All right, let's go to MTA now. Bring that into the conversation. NQRW, Staten Island Railway, all have delays. Both directions address temporary loss of power in the 60th Street tube. That's not good for anybody. Staten Island Railway running as much service as the mechanical issue this time. 733 St. George to Great Kills, not running. Great Kills to St. George 806. Go to Long Island Railroad, the Montauk branch, some Spionk to Penn Station. Terminate at Jamaica, so you got to get off there at 8:23. Gonna add a little bit more time to your travels. Harlem line starting 10:15 because of slippery rail conditions southeast and north White Plains. Yeah, that's where you get when these the leaves and stuff come down. What else is coming down from the trees? Sap and stuff. But so we still have the belt shut west at Coney Island Avenue. The last update, that was like an hour and a half ago. This to the conversation. Again, New Jersey is fairly light. Finally good to see. You know, we're starting to build maybe some volume here on the Parkway, both ways in Bloomfield, 280 in Irving, in East Orange, Newark. 21 seems to be abnormally heavy here, heading north just before Route 3. That's just something happened there. Take a quick, I got 2 more minutes and then we're going to football. Going to football. I want to lose Robbie there. I want to get his thoughts on what the playoff situation looks like. I'm going to go to 21. South of Route 3. That's going north. There's definitely something happening there. This is north of Park Avenue. See some EMS heading up to Route 3. So this is Newark Bridge Street. We don't want that. We go to Route 3 now. Let's go 3 at 21. Let's see if DOT's moved this camera around. No. Looking at some decent sun glare there. It's as you come up into Route 3. Right in here, there's definitely something happening. We showed you these 2 cameras in here, and it's a fairly solid ride. No doubt about that. This is that belt situation still being shut. I think you can, I can't remember coming west here because I didn't really come home this way, working out of the island. I think you can get off here on Shore Parkway and head to the service road and get past this and then re-enter back here at Ocean Parkway. You can get back on. But, you know, that only carries so much traffic, and it's just all, you know. Just looking at the delay here, as far back as it gets, I'm not saying it's not closed, but they may sporadically be opening some of that up just to let the shoulder traffic come through to a degree. There's really not much of a shoulder there at all, but it's pretty bad. This could probably run you about 45 minutes or more west on the belt. Okay, so 56. Let's hit the numbers here. We go Gridiron, New Jersey. Dial that in. Let's see what our playoff situation is. We've actually had some games yesterday. Don't know why they did that, but looks like a lot of the South Jersey teams were playing. So let's see here. So today, 11-4, this is the schedule, it looks like, for most of the games, if not all. So we've got, let's see, got a couple big ones here. Pleasantville, Raritan. Raritan's got a good team this year. Just looking at all the home games here. I don't know why the Cranford game isn't loaded up for this evening. Shade, Asbury Park. Asbury Park always, I thought, had a pretty decent team over the years too. Oh, it's a different. Oh, I'm sorry. This is different. Different conferences. Look at these conferences, Robbie. WJFL. Who the hell knows what that is? Shore, BCC, SFC, NJIC, IND, Independent. Where's the watch on conference when you need it, right? The Shore. There are your South teams here that are still alive. Some of these may not even be playoffs. at this point. But BCC, I guess that's what. Oh yeah, that's what Cranford's in. So West Essex tonight. Yep, Westfield against Union City. That should be a good game in Union City. Who knew that Union City has such a good team? I wonder where they play. I don't think Weehawken plays above the Lincoln Tunnel, but I'm sure Union City's not too. It's just around the corner. Hillside, Brearley. Let's talk to you about Brearley, Kenilworth, home of the late great Tony Saragusa. 9-0 this year. Go figure that one out. They play Kinnelon tonight. 9-0, going for 10-0. 10-0. Unfortunately, their power points are in the toilet because they don't really play any really powerhouse teams. But nonetheless, Scotty Miller really put the Bears in great position for an undefeated season. So 10-0 now, playing Kinnelon tonight. That's going to be a big game there in off the boulevard in Kenilworth, off of exit 138 on the GSP. Again, I'm only doing New Jersey football because that's really my forte. I'm sure the city and Long Island and Connecticut, Hudson Valley all have games as well, but I'm not terribly familiar with that. So we're just going to do the Jersey ones for now. Go back to the conferences. BCC is probably more of the teams that Rob and I remember as far as matchups. Ridge at Ramapo. Ramapo is another good team up there in Franklin Lakes. So that's going to be another good one there. Rob says, I can't believe that so much has changed in high school football. I know, right? Like I said, where's the Watch On Conference and all those big conferences, right? And now they're Group 5 schools now instead of just 1 through 4. Now it's 1 through 5. It's kind of crazy. Let's see what else we've got. Livingston at Plainfield. I'm sure that's Linden is still alive here. Well, let's bring up the playoffs here. Playoffs. Oh, Jim Mora. That was, oh my God, it was fantastic. Playoffs. Who said anything about playoffs? So I don't know whether this is the sectional. I can't remember how this works out. I think there's still one more game for I think this is the sectional, the North 1, Group 1. But look at this. North 1, 2, Central, South, non-public. And they had Johnson in Clark for the first round going all the way to Atlantic City and Pleasantville. I wish I could play that clip of the playoffs. I don't know how to get sound into the system. That's the thing. So Kinnelon, Brearley, and Kinnelon with big upset over Park Ridge. Big upset, 8-1. Wow. See how Brearley putting up some offense here, 50-16 against North Arlington. We'll just run down the groups because I don't know who's in what here anymore. So Rutherford, Alexander is still with us. It's not East Rutherford, it's Rutherford, but maybe you can still have your allegiance there to Rutherford, right? Against Dumont, Jefferson, Westwood. Again, I'm assuming a lot of these games are tonight, but there's still some schools that don't have lights, so they'll play tomorrow. Old Tappan and Sparta, Riverdale, and Hillside. So that is first 4 seeds there making it through. Then Irvington. What's Irvington's nicknames these days? The Blue Knights. I thought they had a different name back in the day, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was somebody else. They had a different nickname besides the Blue Knights. But good to see Irvington back here with a good record, 8-2. Irvington is always tough. Ridge, Ramapo. What's Ramapo's record? They're 7-2. Yeah, 7-2. 49-19. So Ramapo could be a player here. Again, worked out, the first 4 seeds move on. Look at this Group 5. We got Passaic County Tech. This is like the best time. I mean, we were talking about these schools. Passaic County Tech, Clifton, Westfield Union City. I like that Westfield Union City game. There's no TV3, right? Rob knows what I'm talking about. Good old TV3 and Paul Spahala and Matt Lachlan. Bob Lee. So North 2, Group 1, we got Woodridge, Cedar Grove, Butler, Wequahic. The first 4 seeds move on there. Let's go to Group 2 now. Gridiron, New Jersey is fantastic. I mean, they do a great job. Caldwell, Ramsey, Glen Rock, Newton. Not sure how Beckton's East Rutherford season is. Clearly, they didn't make the playoffs. Well, not necessarily, Alexander, because they not necessarily just because there's North 1, North 2. Like I said, Johnson is in Union County, ended up playing in Atlantic County and Pleasantville. So they still may be in here. So I feel like I'm revealing the March Madness, right? But we'll see. Rob says, Don, off subject, your dad still go to the Army Navy game? No, we haven't gotten to the game in quite some time. But yeah, we used to regularly do that. You know, him and his Army buddies. We would go to the Army Navy game. I don't know where it is this year, actually. If it's in Philly or it's in East Rutherford, or is that at West Point? I'm not sure. It's usually one of the 3, or Annapolis. It's obviously one of the 4, but it's usually in Philly or in East Rutherford. So, well, you know, we've got the internet. How can I figure out how to find that one out, right? Let's see if we can find Beckton's. That's East Rutherford's high school, Alexander. Am I correct, Beckton? So West Morris, Warren Hills, and then West Essex, Cranford. So we beat West Essex this evening. Then it's going to be a matchup with West Morris. And if that's the case, I don't know where that game is. I think they're still in the home situation. So for all the Cougar fans, I guess you have to root for Warren Hills to take out West Morris, because then that'll bring the game, I believe, back to Cranford for one more week. Let's go to Group 4 now. North Hunterdon, it's always a big team too. Wayne Valley, Randolph, Morris Knowles. Kind of the normal teams that you kind of... This is going to be a war too here with Phillipsburg and Patterson Eastside. Hey now. Wasn't Patterson Eastside Joe Clark? They call him the Batman. I'm Joe Clark. I think that was Patterson Eastside, right? I think Joe has passed. He's no longer with us, but certainly left a legacy there at, I believe it was Patterson Eastside. West Orange, Ridgewood, Alexandra says, just looked up their record. It looks like they're 4-5 overall. Well, a little bit of a disappointing record, but you know, who knows? They still may show up in the list here because, like I said, Union got in with a record of 2-6. So, but we'll look up the actual team itself and it'll tell us. Glassboro, Salem, Woodstown. I don't know where that is. Paulsboro, I've heard of them. Go Point Pleasant, Borough. Point Pleasant always seems to have a decent football team. Playing the war at the shore there. Partying the big win on Jenkinson's Boardwalk, right? Point Pleasant, Borough, Willingboro, Gloucester City, Haddonfield. That was the name for the town in Halloween. Seneca, Highland Regional, Cedar Creek, Camden. And these are just all normal teams kind of that you know, they're still Long Branch, Middletown South, Winslow Township, Mainland. I heard of that. Lenape, definitely have heard of them. I don't know where they are. I don't know if they're in Ocean County against Atlantic City. Atlantic City, what's their nickname? The Breakers? The Vikings. Or if there's like 3 people that I know, maybe 4, that would be able to for New Jersey high school football teams, the nicknames could run down you could say any school and they would know the nickname. 1 is Kurt Sieglin, 2 is Everett Merrill, 3 is Nick Medanis, and 4, I'm thinking Robbie Garden here. It's what is Edison's nickname? Eagles? Edison Eagles. Oh, I was thinking that it would be something maybe a little more in tune to one Mr. Thomas Edison. I don't know what call him, but let me just hit the South real fast here. And Woodbury Shore. Shore is always a big one too. I don't know where Shore is. What's the Shore? What are they? The Shore Seagulls? Shore Blue Devils. It's good for a Blue Devil or some sort of feline Maple Shade. What are they? The Maple Shade Wildcats. There's more feline. Asbury Park. Bishops. Wow. Because I think Asbury Park was named after a bishop, actually, Asbury, if I'm not mistaken. Rob says, yeah, he can name them. Absolutely. Let's see. Raritan. What are they? Raritan Rockets. Raritan Rockets. Rumson Fairhaven. Wow. Rumson Fairhaven Bulldogs. Knew that. Delsey, Camden East Side, Hopewell Valley, Burlington Township, or Hamilton. Hamilton is always a big high school team. So is Shawnee, Jackson, Millville. Millville's way down there. Marlboro, Toms River North. That's gonna be a big team too. Cherokee. Cherokee's always another one that's a big school. Cherokee Chiefs. And we got non-public as the last round. Letters they have here, A and B. St. John Vianney, St. Augustine Prep. Seton Hall Prep always has a good team. So does St. Joseph's of Montville. Del Barton, St. Joe's and Metuchen. Donovan Catholic, Hudson Catholic. These are like college teams. I mean, Red Bank Catholic, Gloucester Catholic. Immaculata. Immaculata, I think, is where? Livingston? Spartans. But so let me just look up Alexander's Becton. Let's see what they were in the playoffs. That are nope, you were correct. Becton Wildcats, yeah, they finished up the season. Anybody even plays on Thanksgiving anymore? Elizabeth done? I think they have to be. They are. Galway used to always play on. Where's Galway? Let's see. Galway. No, they don't play on Thanksgiving either. Huh. Donnie Bosco. Let's see, Rob. Let's see. Don Bosco Prep. 7-2. But it doesn't look like they made the playoffs though. Because it would list another game. I just want to make sure that the list is working. Let's go to Cranford. Yep. West Essex here. Yep. One more game. Hopefully it's 2. We'll see. Again, I don't know where the playoffs lead to. But let me see here. Yeah, they don't really list as far as where things are where they're going after that, whether they go to MetLife or they head to Rutgers. Or they head to Rutgers. But anyway, that was a little fun tour of high school football, a little bit something different. Again, friends, the traffic for the most part is lighter than normal, except for this Bell Parkway situation. Still shut here at Coney Island Avenue. But again, as you make the broader sweep of the area, you know, just some light congestion on 78 and Vauxhall. You know, getting off of Vauxhall Road, Robbie's old area, old neighborhood there. 46, you know, 208, same kind of drill. I mean, if you look at Long Island, I mean, well, north of the Siding Coast, let's go into there now. I think something's going on. I'd say by Crooked Hill Road, give or take. An exit. Siding Coast North, Pioneer Drive, Crooked Hill Road. Pilgrim Psychiatric Hospital. Pilgrim Psychiatric Hospital. Wow. still in use. I don't know. Here it is at Pioneer. That's going north, but look at that fog. Pretty stiff shot there. Wow, you can't even see anything. That could be possibly a reason for our altercation here this morning, which I believe is right here in the left lane. If the camera does work, come on. Yes, there it is. There she is. Left lane. Sadikos is a tight ride. It's just really stiff as far as the two lanes there and just a small shoulder. So, and we're looking at that accident still being cleared, and whether this vehicle here was involved as well, unknown at this time. But yeah, pretty active scene. Close out the cameras, save some computing power. We go north here on the SAG, north of the Southern. It's really just before the LIE, so pretty much most of the Sandy Coast Parkway is got a pretty hefty delay. Watch for that. And again, most of rest of Suffolk, Eastern Suffolk, Hampton Bay, Southampton, Watermill, out to Hampton Howie's house, East Hampton, Montauk. And from what we're hearing, the Bruce Springsteen interview is like unbelievable reviews and how amazing that interview was. If you have the Sirius XM app, not giving them a plug, but maybe I am because I just paid for another year. If you have the app, the video version of the Stern interview is up. Let's see what Rob say here. What happened yesterday on 287? Very bad accident. The traffic is backed up for miles. Did hear about that. Do you know whereabouts, Rob? We were what town? 287. I hadn't heard anything, but honestly, I was busy running around with 17 different things yesterday, so I kind of dialed out from the traffic scene for most of the day. But so yeah, just let me know what town if you happen to remember. Trumbull, Merritt, normal stuff, 50 down through 46. Then Merritt Parkway south of Route 7 is heavy, getting out to about exit 36. 95 is heavy, 18 down through about 6. He says Bridgewater. I didn't hear of anything. I don't know if you can tell me what time either. If it was during the morning rush hour, I can't remember from 2 seconds ago, honestly. But I feel like there was something on 287 yesterday. Yeah, it just doesn't ring a bell off the top of my head. Westchester, some light congestion here this morning. Looks like our issues on the spraying have cleared. That accident now gone. 287 East and White Plains. Thruway still a little busy out to the Cuomo, Tappan Zee, but Orange, Rockland, 84, that is good. 684 still working that crash going south of 84 in Brewster. That's why 84 West exiting for 684 South is jacked up. 287 are accident cleared here north of 78. Afternoon, it was on the news. Okay. Yeah, no, I didn't, like I said, I was busy in 6 different spots yesterday, so I didn't really hear anything, unfortunately. So I don't have other info for you. Well, as we say that, let me see here. Oh yeah, we got to show Anna's fog picture too. Oh, it's not. Did you just send me another one, or was it just the one? No, it was just the one. Okay, I have it. Okay. Let's just do this. What Rob thinks of his Giants. It was a tough loss in Seattle, but let's see here. So, according to Bridgewater Patch, give them the credit where credit is due. They're saying a crash involved an entrapment, shut down the southbound side in Bridgewater. Unfortunately, 2 people are fatalities in that, unfortunately, reported around 3:39 in the afternoon southbound at 17.5. So I think that's just before you get to the exit for 202, 206, getting out the Bridgewater Mall. Wow. It's terrible. Oh gosh. So, wow, sad to see. But so that's the latest update there from our friends at Patch. We thank them. All it's on my mind. Let me bring in Anna's fog picture. This is in Homedale, and you can see, wow, there's that shrouding of fog across the farmland there where Anna is. Beautiful, beautiful picture there. I mean, beautiful countryside, if you want to call it that. Um, Anna, if you're still on with us, is that like horse country out there? Is that where they would have them graze in the pasture or something? Or wow, nice picture. Let's see. Rob says, "Hey, buddy, you have a good weekend. Just got off work. I work overnight time. Time for bed. Yeah, I've done the overnight shift too, my friend, and I know what it's like. Yep. So, great to talk to you. We'll have to catch up. We'll have to get together very soon. Great to see you. Glad you're doing well, and have a good sleep there, pal. And we'll talk to you soon. Thank you, Rob. Let's go back over here now to, well, let's bring in, well, let's give an updated, and Rob says, let's go Big Blue. Yeah, let's go Giants, right? So what are they? 6-2. So I don't know. Do they have the off week this week? I know the Jets are at home against the Bills, which, wow. But I don't know which would be more of a statement, beating the Patriots or the Bills. For your longtime Jets fan, I think beating the Patriots last week would have been. So they're on the bye week. That's correct? I think the Jets would probably more likely take the win over the Patriots than the Bills to a degree, just a matter of pride. But let's quickly go to our observation list. And so there are some of the at EWR 51, mostly cloudy, fog 45, 48. And Rob says, yes, so the Giants are off this week. Okay. Anna says, that's someone's backyard. That's someone's backyard. Wow. Like 4 acres. It's like my brother in Pennsylvania with, wow. It's a big backyard. Coming from, central Jersey here, Union County, Middlesex County area. You don't really see that too much here. So again, we still have some fog at LaGuardia, maybe some flight delays as well. Let's take a look at that. Cedar Road 45, shallow fog and mist of FAA. ATSC. We got some delays now at LGA LaGuardia. About an hour delay at LaGuardia. So be mindful of that, friends. Let's dial in transit here. Let's see what we got cooking here. Again, we got about 9 minutes left in the broadcast. We had a great conversation here, and maybe it was more about football than it was traffic, but that's all right. It's lighter than normal on a Friday. We're having some fun here. Getting into the weekend. Again, we're off on Monday and Tuesday. We'll be back with you on Wednesday. AC Rail Line, 8:28 arrival in Philly is 15 minutes late. Slippery Rails, 8:58 departure from Trenton is canceled. And Hudson Bergen Light Rail, 8th Street to Hoboken canceled for a mechanical. Let's jump into PATH now. Red Iron site. Inbox as well. Come on. General Square 33rd, Hoboken 33rd, resuming normal service. So that's taken care of. Let's go to the MTA. Bring that into the convo. Wow, bigger delays now. C and E delays at runway 2. I don't know if there's a person in the tracks near the 34th Penn. F line, southbound brakes activated there at 57th. NQRW delays, loss of power in the 60th Street Tube. Couple schedule changes, St. George to Great Kills. Great Kills to St. George, that 806 is not running. Let's go to the rails. We have delays in the Harlem line with a slippery rail condition southeast the North White Plains, 10 to 15. And some delays in the Oyster Bay branch. Oyster Bay doing Long Island City at 8:37, 10:15 through East Williston, because slippery rail condition there. Okay. Let's go to the Hudsons now. Bring in the freshest numbers for you. Dial that in. We have an hour for the upper, about 20 for the lower, 25 to 30 at the Lincoln, 20 at the Holland. I'm wondering if something happened there on the CBX. Why would that upper level be an hour? Let's bring in the Jersey incidents again. So 21 northbound south of Route 3. We've known about that one for a while. We were the first ones to tell you about that. That will be right in here through Nutley and Lyndhurst. That's just all tuned up. Getting in that location. Let me bring in New York incidents. Yeah, westbound on the belt. They're still saying it's shut at Coney Island Avenue. Still what we're dealing with now. The delay gets all the way back to the airport. That's how bad the eastbound with the rubbernecking delays get all the way back to the Verrazano. Wow. Stay off the belt. Way off. Please stay off the Belt Parkway. That is bad. Real bad. LIE is still heavy here at the fairgrounds. So is the Grand Central. Cross Island beginning to ease up. Still some congestion out by Belmont Racetrack. Westbound Cross Bronx is heavy. Bruckner elevated section is busy. That's where we wanted to go. That's why I wanted to show you was the Bruckner in here just to see if we could find anything other than the fog. Maybe there was like a rough road surface or something. They've been redoing this elevated section of the Bruckner forever, and they're still continuing that work. Hunts Point Drawbridge, can't even see it. Bronx River Parkway and Soundview. It's all tuned up. Here it is, the Cross Bronx at the Bronx River. Wow, that's a catastrophe. Wow. Fog. FOG. Sheridan Boulevard. Somehow they turned an expressway into a boulevard. That's that. Is it Undercliff coming off the George? Deegan through this crazy construction. I mean, this is some project. This is going to be unbelievable when they finally finish this. Wow. Wow. Look at that. That's nuts. All right, let's go to the Connecticut incident page here. Let's run down the incidents here. We're about ready to wrap it up for the morning in about 5-6 minutes or so. Just delays here. Merritt 95, 44 in West Hartford is shut. Steel and Prospect Streets, police activity. Police activity. Let's see here now. Hudson Valley. Still that throughway crash at 10. Interesting. Wow. Okay. Let's see here. It's 21 situation. Dial up that cameras. Just to see if they were able to move that Route 3 camera. Now that they know about it, they still have it on 21. I mean, they still have it on Route 3. Ooh. That's a big hit there. Hmm. So that's south of Route 3. That's northbound 21. That's a pretty big crash here. So hopefully everyone's all right in that. But again, that's the latest images we have out of the Nutley Lyndhurst area going north along 21 as you come in just south of Route 3 this morning with those two left lanes out of service in the shoulder. So we are, we are looking at some pretty heavy traffic. We're not back to Belleville Turnpike Route 7 yet, but depending on how long this remains out there, we could end up being back that far. So this northbound side is probably running about 20 minutes trying to make your way up to Route 3. Dare I say, if you're coming up from the Newark area, Belleville, you're better off staying here, heading up, Washington Avenue, Bloomfield Avenue, Passaic Avenue, Washington Street, I should say, excuse me. It would be a little bit easier of a ride. Unfortunately, this stupid little bridge over like a puddle is still shut. And I just want to take a quick look while I'm here. Trying to see if they show the construction. This is way before the bridge over this little river, tiny little section. This has been screwing traffic up for people in Nutley for the last year and a half. It seems like because it being closed. So hopefully that reopens shortly. All right, friends. Anyway, I think we're going to wrap it up here. We got to get set up for the New Jersey morning show. I want to thank you. Whoa, hey now. Just lost the microphone. That wouldn't be good for anybody. So what am I talking about? I have no idea. Anyway, there we go. We're going to wrap things up here for the morning. Again, the programming note, we are not going to be on Monday and Tuesday. I'll see if I can figure out some workaround going forward, but just in the first couple of weeks, we're going to be taking Mondays and Tuesdays off. So we'll be back on Wednesday. Tune into Me TV, basically like on the half hour for the news updates. I will be bringing to you from the Media First Group studios in beautiful Fairfield, New Jersey. So definitely tune us in there. And again, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please do so. Throw up a like on this video. Like on this video, like, subscribe, tell all your friends. Maybe Connor can spread the word there for Middlesex College. Almost called it Middlesex County, right? Still not quite sure why they took the county out of all of these colleges, but they did. We're at 115 subscribers. Again, we're going for 200 subscribers and 200 episodes. So this may slow our pace down slightly, a little bit. But, I'm on the replays here. Actually, the views are actually coming up here, which is kind of, I find that watch a show that I've already done. An interesting thing. So please like, subscribe to the channel, like us and subscribe on Facebook as well. If you can, certainly help us out here. And the Tri-State Traffic Show Traffic Center. I want to thank all of our friends over at the Weather Watcher Club here this morning for all the work they put in for this week and providing those forecasts. I know they're having some trouble with their systems and they're still trying to get that all worked out. So I appreciate the massive efforts to get the weather reports to us. So we thank them so much and glad you're having a good day off here today on a Friday. Enjoy the weekend with the warm weather, as Rain had said yesterday. I want to thank Rob, Anna, Alexandra, Connor for a great conversation here this morning. It was fun talking about the high school football situation, the scene here in New Jersey. It should be interesting to see how that all plays out later on. Into next week, we'll see who's still around for the playoffs. And I'll be at the Cranford game this evening. So if you happen to be in that area, come over and say hello. I'll be doing the game there against West Essex. That should be an exciting contest. The weather, I think, should be just absolutely picture perfect. Although, if it was like last night, it was a little humid and it started to get a little chilly. So these are the days that, you get these temps into the 40s and 50s in the evening and then into the 70s in the afternoon, which is just fine with me. It's perfect. So, but again, big high school football tonight, Friday Night Lights, Friday Night Football. Throughout the great state of New Jersey, and I'm sure throughout the 5 boroughs and in towards the Hudson Valley and Long Island and Connecticut. Again, I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank everyone for all the support that they give us here, especially our sponsors. Get it right. Maxim Motor Cars, as well as the Shaved Cave, Travels with Darley, and our good friend Ralph over at the Cranford Vanilla and Creamery. I'll see if I hopefully I'll be able to catch up with them tomorrow. Maybe we'll stop into the shop, say hello, and have a little conversation with Ralph. But anyway, have a fantastic Friday. Get out and enjoy this wonderful weather. Have a fantastic weekend. Again, we'll see you back here on YouTube at 7 a.m. on Wednesday morning. That'll be Wednesday morning, the 9th of November. So thank you so much for dialing us in here on YouTube and Facebook. And again, have a fantastic Friday. Drive safely and a great week. And again, get out and enjoy that great weather. All right. We'll see you on Wednesday, everybody.